Welcome
Yes, welcome on in.
to the most wonderful time of the year. No, 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 not Christmas. Bowl season.
Oh yeah,
I gotta say though, counting the national championship game, there's 43 of these. 43 bowl games.
It's not enough.
pretty
No,
serious.
I think it's too many. I
I
just,
mean, every team wants their chance in the spotlight.
yeah. Don't get me wrong. Bowl games are fun. Yeah,
It's
they're really
football.
fun. It's football, and I feel like it's more for the fans because it's almost like a vacation in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Especially if you can go to like a place like maybe in California or Florida or you know, depending on where you live or where your team goes. I think that matters.
Right.
So because I know the bowl games I've been to, it's always been kind of like a trip. Like I know when we went to the Outback Bowl, we went to the beach. In
Mm-hmm.
January,
Yeah.
so it makes it fun. And so I like bowl games. I just think they've gone a little crazy with the advertisement and some of the names, and I think there's a couple there's too many. I think, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I've never been to a bowl game before, but I always thought it'd be cool to go to one.
They're fun. They are fun.
They- It's kind of like the goodbye. You know that's going to be the last time you're going to see your
Yep.
your team or anybody else's teams for that matter for
Mm-hmm.
another 9 months.
Yeah. Mhm. That's right.
And you get lucky sometimes and get those great 47 to 48 games,
Yeah.
like a good old West Virginia versus Toledo or something that you didn't expect.
Yeah.
I got you.
When I think about bowl games though, like I think about the ones that have been around a long time. Obviously, your Sugar Bowl, your Rose Bowl, your Orange Bowl, your Fiesta Bowl, your Cotton Bowl.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
Carter,
Hmm.
talking about the Sugar Bowl, when you were growing up, when you guys were growing up, what do you associate the Sugar Bowl with? Was it the Nokia Sugar Bowl for you guys? Was it the USF and G
Nokia.
Nokia?
Yeah, I guess I remember the Nokia ones. Yeah,
Now it's the All-State Sugar Bowl. Is that right?
that's what it
Yeah.
was this last
Yeah,
year. Mm-hmm.
yeah, All-State. It just
And
seems
the
like it was
always
Nokia.
like the Orange Bowl to me was always the FedEx Orange Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
Now I have no idea what it is.
it is the Capital One Orange Bowl.
Oh, yeah, I should have knew
And
that.
see, Capital One was always to me the Citrus Bowl. Capital One Citrus Bowl. Um,
But okay, but isn't there or wasn't there a Capital One Bowl too?
yeah, no, it's the Capital One Citrus Bowl. That's what it was for a long time. Then they've changed. Now Capital One is the
Yeah,
Orange Bowl.
I
Capital
got
One Orange Bowl because the
you. Yeah.
Orange Bowl was the FedEx Orange Bowl, the Discover Orange Bowl. Then you know, now it's the Capital One Orange Bowl. Um, Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. That's what I always, when I think about the Peach
Yeah,
Bowl, Chick-fil-A,
yeah.
obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Has that changed in the last year?
no,
Okay, I was about to say
no.
it'd be weird if it did.
The one bowl game I'm disappointed that's changed is the Outback Bowl is no longer the Outback Bowl. It's now the ReliaQuest Bowl. You know,
Yeah, it's
before the Outback Bowl was the Hall of Fame Bowl. Um, I know it sounds crazy, but the AutoZone Liberty Bowl is always it's always been AutoZone. You know,
It used
uh,
to be the Poulan Weed Eater Independence Bowl or something like that.
No, you're thinking of the Independence Bowl, Liberty Bowl, man.
Liberty,
Memphis.
yeah.
That's been around, dude. That was Bear Bryant's last game. Was the Liberty Bowl,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
1982. It's been around a while, Craig.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see the Cotton and the Peach getting into the rotation because those bowls were always like the highest regarded ones outside of like your big four or five. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because growing up, the Big Four, where your national championship was always played, was the Orange Bowl, Sugar, Rose, and Fiesta. Those were like the Big Four.
Yeah.
Now they've got this. They still got those four, but now they've added the Peach and Cotton, which I agree.
Yeah.
Because the Cotton Bowl is iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the Cotton Bowl's been around just about as long as the Rose Bowl has.
In a lot of years, to me, the Peach Bowl had better matchups than some of the bigger bowls.
Yeah. One that I'm kind of disappointed with is the Fiesta Bowl. I always think of the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl.
Right.
Yeah.
Now it's the Verbo, and before that it was the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl. And I just hate all these corporate. I mean, like Tennessee's playing in the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. Like, the fuck? Like,
I wish they could leave it off, like in the title.
Yeah.
Just have like the Citrus Bowl, and then maybe have Cheez-It logos on the field. Just don't shove it. You don't have to say Cheez-It every time they talk about the bowl.
It's weird because the Gator Bowl, that's been around over 70 years. It's been around a long time. And I remember in 2014 we played Iowa, they took the Gator Bowl out of the name. It was just called the Tax Slayer Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And they tried that for like 2 years, and they were like, no, that's not going to work. They got to put the Gator back into the Gator Bowl. That. So, but I don't know. I'm looking at all these. I mean, there's just so freaking many, and some of them the Tony the Tiger. What kind of bowl is that? The Tony the Tiger Bowl. Sun Bowl. Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. You got the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl. Let's see.
Yeah, Barstool's been getting some notoriety this year. They had a guest picker that was one of their contributors. And got a bowl game they're sponsoring.
This one I still can't get over. Starco Brands LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk. That's in the title. Hosted by Gronk. Remember what last year they had the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl or something like that?
Yeah.
Let's put our money together and get a cover. Let's sponsor a bowl game.
Yeah, the Cover 4 Alamo Bowl. How about that one?
There you go.
Got a ring to it.
Or we could do we could do the Cover 4 Music City Bowl or I don't know, the Cover 4 Birmingham Bowl. Nothing is a better bowl game than the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, though. Let me tell you. Playing on that blue Smurf field in Boise.
Well, when Tennessee plays, Carter, do you plan to wake up feeling the cheesiest that day?
Oh, Jesus.
You remember when Boise was good? You couldn't even if you tried, you couldn't get away from that blue turf. I ain't seen Boise on TV now. It seems like in 7 years, maybe even longer.
Remember the Statue of Liberty play against Oklahoma that put them on the map? Yep, that was a good game.
Them in Louisville were hot for a minute.
Mm-hmm. Remember Hawaii had a little bit of, then Georgia put their foot up their ass.
Well, they are playing against the UCLA Bruins this year in the Starco Brands LA Bowl.
We are Cover 4, but we're one short tonight.
Are we?
Yeah, one, two, three. Okay, yep.
So we've had to change our defense to a Cover 3.
Well, strong against the pass.
Sometimes you got to call an audible.
Good across the middle. Kind of little bit weak on the outside edges, but hopefully we don't let nobody. Hopefully our rush can get to the quarterback and they can't bomb us deep.
All right, Mr. Coach. Tell me the pros and cons of a 4-2-5 defense.
Well, you only got 2 linebackers. It's great against you got plenty of speed out there, right? With the 5 DBs.
Yeah.
So you're pretty good against the pass, you would think in that situation. It's kind of like a nickel. So, you're prepared for the pass a good bit more, I would think. 4 down linemen, so but if somebody's wanting to run on you, them 2 linebackers there in the middle, you better hope that they're good.
Better press them safeties, right? I think I'd hire you as my defensive coordinator, sir.
Well,
sign him up.
Next, how much you paying?
I don't know. More than
half of what Jimbo got given to leave.
Mm-hmm. I'll pay you $2 million a year to be my D coordinator.
All right. Well, get your lawyers to draw up the contracts, and we'll get them signed.
Yep.
Sign them papers.
I hate zone defense. The zone gets ate up, but you gotta have good players to run man to man a whole game though, because it's easy to get exhausted. And
you better have plenty of depth.
If you're good at zone, that means you probably got a good defensive line that are getting into the backfield and causing havoc. Because if you run zone and a quarterback has time, all they got to wait for is the receivers to get in the soft spots of the zone. It's completions all day.
Man, yeah, you know your shit, bro. Wow.
Or throw a zone blitz or man zone. We can just break down coverages all night, Carter.
So in basketball, are you more of a perimeter player or?
I always wanted to be a big man. I'm not, but I wanted to play like Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
5'9". I wanted to just, I love to pretend that I could just
down, muscle your way in.
Yeah, and muscle them in and come around with a one-handed jam for the slam, and I never could obviously do that. But I always tried to kid myself.
Yet. The operative word is yet. You haven't done it yet.
Yeah, never say never, right, Hoss?
That's right.
It's never, like the song says, it's never too late.
Words of wisdom.
That is, I feel wiser just from saying it. Wow.
Also be a good head coach.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I think we're forming a team here. We got our head coach. We got our 5'9" center, Carter. How about you, sir? What do you?
I wouldn't be a good perimeter player. I'm more of a low post player. So.
So we got our 5 and our number 4 right here. So we got the 2 shortest centers in the game. So Hoss, you got your work cut out for you.
Hey, I figure we could give them hell out there one way or another.
I know a pretty large fella. What do you just hear me out here, just because you weigh a little north of closer to a ton, don't mean that you can't play point guard. What if we had a 400-pound point guard playing?
Yeah, we'll just
500
have a chair set up, and we'll just be like, when it
an
comes to
oxygen
the chair, you know what to do.
You'll need an oxygen mask too, I'm telling you. All right, so basketball's coming. That's something we're definitely going to do, cover 4. We're just kind of waiting until conference play gets ready to start January.
Yeah.
Because, you guys don't want to hear us talk about our teams playing, Old Dominion or somebody like that. I really don't think you'll care, but we are going to do basketball. We got there's at least 3 of us that are passionate about college basketball. There's times, man, where it's right up there with me,
Yeah,
Mm.
it gets exciting.
There's nothing
Yeah.
like that tournament though, man. Nothing.
It
That's
You
good.
agree,
definitely
Francis?
helps take some of the sting off. Having a period of time there to make your way back to the next college football season. So.
I love college basketball. I love the non-conference, but it's just so disjointed. It's so like you play on a Saturday and you don't play again until the next Saturday, and then you can play again on Tuesday and then Thursday or something like that. It's just weird. I can't conference season gets here. You pretty
Yeah.
well know your schedule. You're playing every Tuesday and every Saturday.
Right.
Or something every Wednesday or Saturday. One of them 2 days every week, unless you're just off.
That's right.
I can't keep up with it right now.
We appreciate Crimson Brave checking in with us in the comments. Gotta watch out. Oh,
I'm leaking. Ah. Well, I can tell you this, man. And Hoss, I am definitely looking forward to basketball season because, I mean, when I was in Knoxville the other day, I even picked up the official basketball poster.
oh,
Of
of course
you
you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For only $29.99.
Well, actually, they were free, so yeah. Didn't
They
cost me a
opened
buck.
up. They opened up extra early for Carter to come in, have his lay of the land. He got to look at everything. They said, "Oh, by the way, we've got this for you, free of charge."
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Every time. Ain't that amazing?
I don't know how it does it at y'all's schools, but they have these posters at like the ticket office. They just hand them out.
Mm-hmm.
I know we say we move on. I'll say this and shut up, but it does look like our teams are going to all be pretty good this year. Bama's just been playing an absolute. I looked at their schedule today and I was like, Jesus Christ! They've had Purdue.
It's a tough run.
And then they've had some hellacious games. Tennessee has too as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I looked at the schedule and I was like, I turned to my buddies. I was like, you realize who you guys play this weekend? And it was like, yeah. I was like, you got freaking number 1 Arizona coming up. Holy crap.
Yeah. And they still got what don't y'all play
It's like 3 or 4 of them back to back, I think.
Yeah. Like our schedules are pretty much identical. We've already played our tough ones, but hell, y'all still got to play. Shit, who am I thinking of?
We got Creighton coming up.
Creighton.
Creighton, and then
At
Arizona.
Creighton.
Then Arizona. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's
Jesus.
this Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
That means their previous 3 games would be Purdue, Creighton, Arizona, and if I'm not mistaken, there was somebody pretty solid, not too far ahead of Purdue.
We had a close loss to Clemson. That was a few weeks prior there, but
I'm ready to see Ole Miss go down, and unfortunately I don't think they're going to lose a game till Tennessee plays them because we open up SEC play against Ole Miss. So
there you go.
You'll get your wish then.
Yep. On to football, right? The reason we're here.
I'm here because Trench has told me to be here.
That's true. Same here.
Huh.
The bowl games, we'll go into more detail when we get to the better bowl games. We're going to try to fly through these, But they start this Saturday. We got 7 games on Saturday, guys. I wish I could tell you that these were going to be really good games or like big time games, but they're not. So you're going to have to wait at least till even on the 23rd. Some of these aren't worth a shit.
Some of these games may surprise you, Carter.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will. I don't doubt that, but it don't really start getting serious till like right after
New Year's
Christmas.
Eve.
Yeah. I mean, on
If
the
you're
28th.
going by helmet.
Yeah. Now, hold on now. The 27th, it picks up a little. you got some helmet games because that's the first SEC games on the 27th. Texas A&M and Oklahoma State, but we'll get to that. First game on Saturday will be the Myrtle Beach Bowl between the Georgia Southern, aren't they the Eagles?
Yep.
And the Ohio Bobcats.
This Saturday?
Yes.
This
December
Saturday.
16th at 11 a.m.
Fuck.
or
Okay.
10
Here we
a.m.
go.
if you live in Central Time.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just tell you guys this: the ESPN Pick'em Challenge. 87% of people have picked Ohio. They're 9-3. Georgia Southern is 6-6. I think Ohio probably wins that game. Some action.
Yeah. I'd say going with Ohio is a pretty good bet.
They're not as
If
good
Hall
as my
says it, I'll go with it.
Chippewas, but you know.
True.
Next game will be at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock Eastern on ABC, the Cricket Celebration Bowl between Howard and Florida A&M. Why are we even picking that game? They're not even FBS. Oh well, 97% of people pick Florida A&M. They're 11-1, and
Yeah.
Howard is 6-5. So go Rattlers.
I can honestly say I've not seen either team play this year, but
No.
with 11-1 record, it's kind of hard to pick against the Rattlers.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here. I feel very passionately about the Rattlers.
Okay. All right. At 2:15 Eastern on ESPN, we have the Arnell Carriers New Orleans Bowl, and that will be between Jacksonville State and Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns and the Gamecocks. 74% of people have picked Jacksonville State with an 8-4 record. Louisiana is 6-6. So I'm going to say, give me Jack State.
Yeah, the Raging Cajuns usually do pretty good in bowl games, but I think this year they may have met their match. So
That's where Rich Rod's at now, ain't it?
where is Jack State or?
Yeah, I think he's at Jack State.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rich Rodriguez gets it done. Jack State had a hell of a year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next game that day at 2:30, the Avocados from Mexico Cure Bowl.
This one's I'm fired up about.
Little action. We got App State, the Mountaineers at 8-5 against the Miami Redhawks at 11-2. So it's actually a little bit closer. 57% of people have picked Miami, and they're 11-2. So I'm gonna say Redhawks.
Well, I initially picked App State, but after looking at some of they've had quite a few opt-outs. I'm thinking Miami, Ohio might be the better pick now. So,
well, I always look at Hoss as like the MAC expert.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he is a MAC expert.
well, I don't know about that, but I've seen that some good games watching with the Maction, as they say. So.
I trust Hoss's decision on the MAC once again. Give me the Red Hawks.
Next game will be I hope I say this right, the Isleta, New Mexico Bowl, which will be like a home game for the New Mexico State Aggies, taking on the 8-4 Fresno State Bulldogs. And 75% of people picking the New Mexico State Aggies at 10-4 to win this game. So I'm probably going to have to agree with them.
And 2 of those 4 losses were both to Liberty. So.
Yeah. So go.
More on Liberty later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I picked New Mexico State. I hope they can get it done.
Yeah.
Fresno State, so they're no chumps, though. So they could surprise some folks.
Well, New Mexico State went to Jordan Hare a few weeks back and took it on the chin. I think they've
I wasn't
recovered
going to
from
bring
that.
that up. So
They came to Jordan Hare, got their ass whipped, and had to head on back west. So maybe they'll be fired up and recovered by now. Give me New Mexico State.
Yeah. Now, this might be a good game, but on Saturday at 6:30 Central Time, the Starco Brands LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk. The Boise State Broncos at 8-5 take on the 7-5 UCLA Bruins. 56% of people have picked UCLA. I'm going to pick UCLA just because I feel like, I don't know, Boise,
this was one of my, I guess you could say, questionable picks, but I picked Boise State to win this
one. Nice.
Remember when Chip Kelly was at Oregon and setting the world on fire, and then went to the NFL and whatever. He can't seem to get that lightning in a bottle at UCLA. They start off okay, and then it peters out. I'll take UCLA begrudgingly.
Yep, I don't blame you. Next game. I think is this the last game today? Yes. On Saturday, the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl. And at 6-6, the Texas Tech Red Raiders take on the 6-6 California Golden Bears. So it's really, is it Big 12 versus Pac 12? 79% of people have picked Texas Tech. But for some reason, I decided to pick Cal.
Okay. I decided to go with the Red Raiders. What's up?
It seems like Cal started playing kind of okay there toward the end of the year. Not that it was like a earth-shattering thing, but they did beat USC. So I don't know. Fuck it, give me Cal.
Well, that will be the last bowl game on Saturday, but
Man, that's
guess
a loaded
what?
day.
On Monday,
Any of those late games?
Yeah, that Cal Texas Tech game starts at 8:15 Central Time. Yeah. But on Monday, it picks back up at 1:30 Central Time in the famous Toastery Bowl between the Old Dominion Monarchs at 6-6 versus the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers at 7-5. And 85% of people have picked the Hilltoppers, and you know what? I'll go with them. Give me Western Kentucky.
I also picked Western Kentucky, who coincidentally is who Bama starts off against next year. So.
Yep.
The history and the tradition behind this bowl, it's always one of the ones that I get super, super excited about. You guys feel the same way?
Famous Toastery Bowl?
Yeah. The tradition and the pageantry and the history.
It's in Charlotte.
It's famous. It's got to be famous for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the same team you guys picked.
Good pick, Ranches. Good pick.
Whoever the fuck that was, I'm picking it.
Well, the Hilltoppers usually do pretty good in both seasons. So.
Oh, yeah.
Then
I got stumped after he said the name.
Yeah. On Tuesday, is it at night or is that in the morning?
It's 8 p.m.
Yeah, okay. You have the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl with the 6-6 Marshall Thundering Herd taking on the 8-4 UTSA Roadrunners. And I want to go with the Roadrunners. 87% of people have picked UTSA. Yeah, I think UTSA can beat the Herd.
I did pick UTSA as well.
I did too.
Well, good. We take a break on Wednesday, but it picks right back up on Thursday with a 7 o'clock Central Time matchup, the RoofClaim.com Boca Raton Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
You have the 6-6 Syracuse Orange taking on the 6-6 South Florida Bulls. 64% of people have picked Syracuse. I happen to agree. I think Syracuse should win that game.
Well, you know, Bama played South Florida, and
I did know that.
they played us kind of tough there. Of course, well, we won't go any further than that. But I actually did pick South Florida in this one. That may be a bonehead pick, but we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah.
That's a good enough reason for me as well.
All right. Well,
South
Friday.
Florida.
On Friday, we got the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. Which
I've
will be
heard of this one before.
Yeah, the 6-6 Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets taking on the 6-6 UCF Knights. 69% of people have picked UCF, but I'm going to pick the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. I think they started playing really good midway through the year. They gave Georgia a really good game. I think Georgia Tech could win this game. So
I chose to go with UCF. I just don't put a lot of faith in Georgia Tech. So
Both very valid arguments. I can see both sides of that. But I'm going to go with the team that beat Miami. Give me Georgia Tech.
there you go.
oh, the Rambling Wreck of Georgia Tech's a hell of an engineer. Okay. Then on Saturday we get quite a few games. The first one of the day, 11 o'clock Central Time. We got the Camilla Bowl between the Northern Illinois Huskies at 6-6 versus the Arkansas State Red Wolves. 64% of people have picked Arkansas State. I also picked Arkansas State.
I went with Northern Illinois.
Okay.
Northern Illinois. All the way.
At that same time, right in y'all's backyard, especially you, Craig, we got the 76 Birmingham Bowl. And no, it's not the 76th Birmingham Bowl. I'm talking about the company 76. That's right. Between
And I couldn't tell you where one is in Birmingham. That's what's so funny about it.
Yeah. I ain't seen one in years either. But we got the ACC powerhouse at 7-5 Duke Blue Devils taking on the 11-2 Troy Trojans. And Troy is 68% of people have picked Troy. Duke got their quarterback hurt, so I'm gonna go Troy.
I'm putting faith in Troy as well.
Yeah. Duke was a great story for about halfway through the year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's over.
Yeah. All right. At 2:30 p.m. on Saturday, we got the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl. And coming out of the Armed Forces, out of the military academies, we got Air Force at 8-4, taking on James Madison Dukes. James Madison's 11-1, guys. I don't know if y'all knew that.
Yeah.
83% of people picked them, and I have to agree. Give me the Dukes.
Yeah, I initially was going to go Air Force, but after comparing the schedules I decided to go with James Madison.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know nobody here is an Air Force expert, but I know up through like week 7 or 8, they were undefeated, and hell, they were inching toward the top 10, if I'm not mistaken. And some people were they were kind of starting to get some play as maybe a dark horse for the playoffs, and then all of a sudden they just imploded.
Yeah, they lost their last 4, so
maybe they had an injury or something, kind of like Clemson or Duke did. I don't know, but I'm not going to pick the team that ended the year on a 4-game losing streak.
No. Then they lost to Army, too.
Mm-hmm.
They let that Commander in Chief's trophy slip through their fingertips.
Mm.
All right, next big game. Big game. What am I saying? On Saturday at 2:30, we have the famous Idaho Potato Bowl,
Oh
and we
yeah.
got the 6-6 Utah State Aggies against the 6-6 Georgia State Panthers. 75% of people picked Utah State. Give me the Aggies, I guess.
I also went with the Aggies.
Clean sweep.
At 6 o'clock on Saturday, we have the 68 Ventures Bowl between 6-6 Eastern Michigan Eagles and the 6-6 South Alabama Jaguars. 82% of people picked South Alabama. I happen to agree with everybody.
Yep. Going with the Jaguars.
Can't argue with that. Carter, are you writing these down?
We have a pick 'em, so I think
Yes.
yes, basically on my phone. Saturday at 6:30 p.m. we have the SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl. 7-5 Northwestern against 8-4 Utah, and Utah, they were doing pretty good there considering their quarterback situation, and then they just kind of fell apart at the end. But I still think they're good enough to beat the 7-5 Northwestern team. And I think, well, the 91% of people also picked Utah, so give me the Utes.
Yeah, I went with Utah, but they have burned me before. I'm hoping that they won't this time.
Utah was probably the team that got me the most this year. More than, I think they definitely were because you kept thinking, then finally you just gave up on it about week 10, but they kept making you think Cam Rising's coming back this week. He's coming back, and then he never did, and then
No.
you never knew what you was going to get out of Utah, so they burned me. I pick them to win, they lose. I pick them to lose, they win. So, give me Utah.
Well, the last bowl game before Christmas will be at 9:30 Central Time. And one fire starts at 10:30 at night.
What time is that in Eastern?
10:30.
What
You
about
get the 7:30.
Okay.
So you get the Easy Point Hawaii Bowl. What a bowl game to go to. You got the San Jose State Spartans at 7-5 taking on the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers, also 7-5, and 62% of people have picked Coastal, and I'm going to pick Coastal as well.
Yep, Chanticleers.
Boom.
You know what that is, Crandis, a Chanticleer?
Sounds like something you would drink.
No, it's the French word for a gamecock, like a chicken.
Okay.
So yeah,
They got a lot of fight in them.
that's right.
Sounds like something you'd order at the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right after Christmas on December 26th at 1 p.m., we got the Quick Lane Bowl between the 5-7 Minnesota Golden Gophers and the 7-5 Bowling Green Falcons. 69% of people picked Minnesota, even though they have a losing record. They are a Big Ten team. I also agree. Give me the Gophers.
I'm rolling the dice with Bowling Green.
All right. Another Maction team.
Yep.
Yep.
I was keeping it real with the Mac. God damn, dude. So far, Georgia Tech and whoever they were playing is like the best game I've heard so far.
Yep.
Like the closest thing to a household name.
What about Northwestern and Utah? No?
Utah is, but not Northwestern.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll go with Minnesota.
Minnesota. You want to go to Minnesota? Okay. I'll stop. We got on the same day, 8 o'clock. We have the Guaranteed Rate Bowl between the 9-4 UNLV Running Rebels and the 8-4 Kansas Rock Chalk Jayhawks.
I think you might have skipped one there, Carter.
You're right, I did. Sorry. At
Way to go,
4:30
Carter.
on the 26th, we got the Serve Pro First Responders Bowl between the 6-6 Rice Owls and the 7-5 Texas State Bobcats. 84% of people have picked Texas State. I am going to go with the Bobcats.
Bro, somehow these games are getting worse.
Bobcats.
There's too many of them, man. I told
Hell,
you.
I like the ones on December the 11th better than the ones on.
I mean, it's only 43 games total, including the playoff, championship. Who's counting, right?
That's right.
Yeah, these are pretty bad. Did you pick Rangers?
Who did Hoss pick?
Bobcats.
All right, I will go with Hoss
And the Bobcats.
and Crimson Brave and say Bobcats, the cats of Bob.
All right. At 6 o'clock, like I said, the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. 9-4 UNLV taking on 8-4 Kansas Jayhawks.
Okay, that's a little better.
87% of people have picked Kansas. I agree. Rock, chalk, Jayhawk all the way.
Yeah, I went Kansas as well.
Yeah.
Damn. All right, yeah. Kansas.
All right. Next game will be on the 27th, which is next. Well, not next, but Wednesday. We got the military bowl presented by GoBowling.com.
Here comes another shitty game.
Hold your phone now.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it right here.
The 11-2 Tulane Green Wave taking on the 6-6 Virginia Tech Hokies.
Okay.
So 82% of people pick Tulane. Tulane, I think, is good enough to beat Virginia Tech. I'm going to pick Tulane.
Yeah, Tulane. Solid pick.
Thank you.
Vatek.
Ooh.
Okay.
Finger gun right to the chest.
We're getting a little bit better, Crangers. On that same day, December 27th, in the Duke's Mayo Bowl, we get the 8-4 West Virginia Mountaineers against the 8-4 North Carolina Tar Heels.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah. And 71% of people had picked North Carolina. I'm picking West Virginia.
I'm also picking West Virginia.
Yeah.
Third finger gun. I'm also picking West Virginia
Yeah.
because North Carolina turned into a complete shit show. And of course, who's going to pick a shit show? None other than Crimson Brave.
Yep. That was perfect. On that same Wednesday, we get some pretty good ones, actually. We got 2 more games the same day. At 7 o'clock Central, we have the DirecTV Holiday Bowl, which will be the 7-5 Southern California Trojans and the 10-3 Louisville Cardinals.
Ooh.
81% of people have picked Louisville.
Ooh.
I don't think Caleb Williams is going to play in this game.
No, he is gone. He's not
So
playing.
give me the Cards.
Yep, Louisville.
Hell yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, this one's... Couldn't you have eased into it a little bit easier there, Carter? God dang, we went from shithole bowl games to...
Yeah, it's just the way the calendar goes, my friend.
Yeah, I don't trust... Yeah, give me Louisville. Fuck it.
Yeah, I get it. Kentucky upset them, and Florida State kind of beat them, but they're no Caleb Williams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The last game on that Wednesday. Here we go. 8 o'clock Central Time. The first SEC game, or the first team. You know what I mean. We got the Tax Act Texas Bowl between the 9-4 Oklahoma State Cowboys and the 7-5 Texas A&M Aggies. With everything that's happened at Texas A&M, with all their players that have come in the portal, their head coach, yada, 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 I'm going to have to go Oklahoma State here. I just think there's so much shit going on there in Aggie land. I just, I don't even feel like they're going to give a shit about this game. Could be wrong, but I just don't see it. I think Oklahoma's going to want to beat Texas A&M. Teams outside the SEC, when they play an SEC team, they want to beat the SEC. So Oklahoma State's going to want it more, and I think they're just going to, have their way with the Aggies. So.
Yeah, I'm picking the Cowboys.
Cowboy,
Yeah.
baby.
Okay, so it's Oklahoma and Oklahoma State and not Oklahoma, right?
It's Oklahoma State
Oklahoma
Cowboys.
State.
Okay, all right.
Right.
Just A&M's one of them teams. Like, you think they're down and out, and then they have a good game. They got too many things going against them now. They're like in a tailspin down. So I don't want to, but I will also go with Oklahoma State.
Don't forget Oklahoma State. Is that running back playing? Hoss, do you know that? The running back that had like crazy yards this year.
Oh, that's a good question.
Closest thing to Barry Sanders we've seen, or they've seen.
Let's see.
I thought you said that was me, Carter.
You're more like Edwin James, minus the hair.
Let's see. The only opt-outs I'm seeing for Oklahoma State, we've got Jaden Bray, wide receiver, Blaine Green, Gunnar Gundy, QB, Ricky Lolohia, defensive lineman, Tyrone Weber, offensive tackle, Lardarius Webb Jr., defensive back, and Jaden Nixon, wide receiver.
Okay, good. So their star running back sounds like he's going to play. That's good. All right. Then on the next day, on Thursday, it picks right back up with the Wasabi Fenway Bowl. The 6-6 Boston College Eagles take on the 11-2 SMU Mustangs. Give me the Pony Express.
SMU. Yep.
What does that stand for, Rangers? SMU.
Well, that would be Southern Mississippi University. Just kidding. Southern Methodist University.
Good job.
Good one.
Well, guess what? That same day on Thursday at 1:15. By the way, that first game was at 10 a.m. Central Time. At 1:15, we have the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl, another baseball stadium game. And one of our very own friends of the family, if you will, our boy Unk and his Miami Hurricanes at 75 are taking on the 6-6 Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Give me the U.
Give me the U.
Their quarterback transferred out, right? The
I don't think it matters.
Cot guy or whatever. I wouldn't take Miami right now versus Bottenfield Junior High School down the road. So
okay.
Whoever that other team went, Rutgers.
Rutgers.
Give me Rutgers.
And Greg Schiano. All right. Oh boy, one of my favorite things in the world is they've turned into a bowl game.
Pornhub.com bowl?
Well, there's children watching. December 28th at 4:45 Central Standard Time. It's a pretty good Thursday slate. We got the Pop-Tarts Bowl. Love
the Pop-Tarts Bowl.
And we got two ranked teams. I think this is the first bowl game where there are two ranked teams facing each other.
Damn.
We got the 8-4 25th ranked Kansas State Wildcats against the 18th ranked NC State Wolfpack. Oh,
wait, so who again?
Kansas State and NC State.
Okay.
Give me the Wolfpack. And it's 50-50 on the picks here, guys.
I'm going with NC State.
Wolfpack is back, called Master.
It's Russian. Give me the opposite of NC State.
Oh, we said
K-State.
K-State. God damn.
Oh yeah, K-State. I like K-State. But they're good at like getting these stupid wins.
I hear that. NC State's our big non-conference game next year.
There you go.
All right.
Carter wrote that one down.
I've written them all down actually. That same day on Thursday at 8:15 Central Time, we have the Valero Alamo Bowl between the 12th ranked Oklahoma Sooners at 10-2 against the 14th ranked 9-3 Arizona Wildcats. Arizona's a team I think that surprised a lot of people this year.
Yeah.
Oklahoma's really been crazy, and I know Cringe is not going to pick Oklahoma, but I'm going to give Oklahoma the benefit of the doubt. They're going to win. Boomer Sooner.
I have down that I picked Arizona in this one, but I'm wondering if it's.
Don't do it, Haas. I don't
I'll
think
probably
Gabriel. I don't
switch
think
my
Dylan
pick.
Gabriel's playing in that game.
No, he transferred, I think.
Oh.
Or he's in the portal one.
You said what now?
Their quarterback's in the portal.
Arizona's is?
No.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma is. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I might switch that pick. I'm switching it. Arizona. I'll switch it.
No, you're locked in, Carter.
I'll stick to Arizona then.
Yep. I will take Arizona. Arizona, we watched them a few times on some late night Pac-12 after dark games. They came up short a few times, but they fought people hard and close.
Hell yeah, they did. Then on Friday, here we go. This is where, yes, it's, yep. I love it. On the 29th of December. At 11 o'clock in the morning, we have the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl between the 75 Kentucky Wildcats and the 22nd ranked 8-4 Clemson Tigers.
Oh, God, that's terrible.
You know what? I'm pulling the trigger. Give me Kentucky.
Really?
Yep.
I'm going Clemson.
Fair enough.
Yeah, not that I'm going to take Clemson, not because I think they're great or anything, but Kentucky will score their usual 7 points. And
yeah, I'm going Clemson as well. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'll change my mind. All right, 1 o'clock on that Friday, the 29th, we have the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl between, weird matchup to me, the 16th ranked Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the 19th ranked Oregon State Beavers. I want to go Notre Dame. I hate to, but yeah, I'm going to go Notre Dame.
I'm going Beavers.
That's because you hate Notre Dame.
That's correct.
Notre Dame got me. They started out the year so good, too, man. They were killing people.
I mean, man, you were, whoa, almost fucked up. You were picking Notre Dame to win it all after they beat Navy after the first game in week 0. I remember hearing it. Notre Dame, they're the shit. Grant just kept saying they're you know. I was like, they just beat Navy in Ireland. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, they had that big bowling ball running back that just looked like he was going to be hard to stop. They were going good there up until about week 7 or after they lost to Ohio State.
Ask yourself this: do you really think Notre Dame's players are that pumped to be playing in the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl?
That's a slap in the face. Yeah, give me Oregon State.
Oh, all right.
Arizona State, whatever, whichever state that was, I'm taking them.
Friday at 2:30, December 29th. We got the AutoZone Liberty Bowl in my backyard, Memphis. We got the 75 Iowa State Cyclones taking on the 9-3 Memphis Tigers. I know 64% of people pick Memphis, but I ain't doing it. Give me Iowa State.
So you don't have any faith in the Tigers?
No.
That's who I picked. I think I might be messing up there, huh?
Hey, go with your heart, but they play in that AAC, so just remember that.
I'm gonna stick with them.
That's fine.
Stick to your guns, Hoss.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna stick to your guns too.
Hey.
All right. The biggest game of the day, of the night. 7 o'clock Central. Rangers, are you ready for this one? I don't think you're ready. We got the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. Ohio State, Missouri. Missouri 10-2. Ohio State 11-1.
Man, that's a
I'm
good
going.
game.
Yeah, I'm going Ohio State because I feel like they had that close loss to Michigan. I think Ohio State is a good enough team. They could be in the playoffs. I mean, it sucks they had that one loss because I think they're a good team, and I think Missouri's a good team too. I underestimated them big time, no doubt about it. But I think Ohio State's a little bit better. I think Ohio State's just I think they're just a little bit better. So I'm going. Give me the Buckeyes.
While I do think Missouri is going to put up a good fight in this game,
Yeah.
I do think they will do that. But I'm going to give the edge to Ohio State.
Yeah.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. I feel the same way. I feel like I wouldn't be blown away to see Missouri upset Ohio State, but Ohio State should win that game. Ohio State and Georgia are the two that should be playing because they're both the one that lost one game by a very few points. Wait, Ohio State didn't get killed by Michigan, did they?
Oh, that was close.
Yeah. So Georgia and Ohio State should be the ones that had the one loss,
Yeah.
close loss against a high ranked team that got left out.
Yep.
It's a 7th ranked team taking on a 9th ranked team.
Yeah. Good game. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I do too. I mean, Ohio State's track record against the SEC is absolutely terrible. I mean, they didn't finally get their first win over the SEC until when? They beat Arkansas one year, I think. I mean,
Yeah.
crazy. But
this one they're kind of handing Ohio State this one though. I mean, they
yeah,
should beat Missouri.
it should. You're right though. It should be Georgia. I'd rather have seen Missouri, Florida State than Georgia, Florida State.
Yeah,
Georgia,
Yeah.
Ohio
Missouri.
State.
Yeah.
Look at Georgia, Ohio State last year. How great that was. That'd been a hell of a damn game again.
Yeah.
All right. Then on Saturday, the 30th, my mother's birthday.
God bless her.
Yeah. We
Yep,
have the
God bless
Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl between the 10th ranked Penn State Nittany Lions and the 11th ranked Ole Miss Rebels.
Oh
Both teams
God.
are 10-2. This is a 50-50, man. Like, people are
Whoa.
picking. I hate to pick against the SEC, but I'm picking Penn State.
I'm putting faith in the Rebels. I think Lane's going to have a good game plan drawn up, and hopefully will not go for it every fourth down.
Man, the only reason I'm not picking Ole Miss is, first of all, Ole Miss's defense hasn't been nothing to brag on about, but all the opt-outs they've had for this game, especially on the defense, like, I think they're only going to have like 4 of their defensive starters playing in this game.
Now, wait a minute. I didn't know that.
No. What do you know about? You got some inside info
Well,
to Ole Miss?
they had a couple. Ole Miss had some injuries, like right going into that Mississippi State game, and then so their defense was a little banged up already. And then with players always opting out, they've had a lot of opt outs down in the trenches. And what does Penn State do pretty good at? They can run the ball.
Yeah, I'm seeing what you're talking about there.
Carter's on this Ole Miss kick right now.
Yeah, I think I am going to change that pick, Ben. I was not aware of all those players.
Yeah.
Man, I hate to bail on Ole Miss like that. Because I don't think Penn State's like. Penn State, you know how I feel, Carter. I'm always on Penn
Yep,
State and Oregon and
me too.
a
But I
few
feel like
others.
Ole Miss is in that same boat. They are these two teams play each other. Ole Miss is the Penn State of the SEC right now. They always start off hot, but
Mm.
when they play a team like an Alabama or they play a team like a Georgia, they always lose. And what happened? Okay, look, Ole Miss lost 2 games this year. Georgia, Bama, 2 best teams in the SEC. Penn State lost 2 games this year. Michigan, Ohio State, 2 best teams in the Big Ten. They're like identical.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show trust in Kiffin. That he knows what he's up against, and he's gonna be running every trick play in the book. I think Ole Miss can outscore Penn State. I think Penn State they're gonna go out there and run their boring ass offense, no matter what. Kiffin will get it done.
Well,
I didn't feel good about it, but I said it.
a few hours after that at 1 o'clock, cringes. We have the Trans Perfect Music City Bowl live in Nashville, Tennessee, between the 7-5 Maryland Terrapins and the 6-6 Auburn Tigers. Now, is Little Tua playing for Maryland, Hoss? Do you know?
Well, let's see.
I don't. I mean, I say it really shouldn't
Think he
matter.
is, but
Yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking about it like, okay, I think Auburn's going to win regardless.
I don't know anything about Maryland. I don't think I've seen them play a snap of football this year.
They got Little Tua's little brother. He's pretty good. So
What's their record? Would you say their
seven
record was?
7-5.
Okay, so they're pretty on par with each other.
I'm going to pick Auburn still. I think your defense is good enough. I don't know a thing about Maryland's defense. I expect this to be a low scoring game because I don't know.
I'm not seeing
Give me
his name on
okay. Well, he's
this
playing
opt out
then.
list. I'm looking at.
Give me Auburn. What do
I'm
you think,
sorry, I'm
Hoss?
going to go with Maryland this one.
Okay.
Probably a good pick. But,
I
I mean,
agree.
just like we all do. I mean, it's 50-50. I mean, if it was like Auburn playing, I don't know, Ohio State or something, I wouldn't pick Ohio State. But, I mean, I wouldn't pick Auburn. But in this situation, I guess I'll pick Auburn, even though
Yeah.
Maryland may be the best thing Auburn played, outside of Bama and Georgia this year.
Thank you, Megan. I sure will. I'm gonna win the toilet bowl just for you. Make you proud. Well, later that day at 3 o'clock, we got the Capital One Orange Bowl between the 5th-ranked 13-0 Florida State Seminoles and the 6th-ranked 12-1 Georgia Bulldogs. 85% of people have picked Georgia. I definitely think Georgia will win this game. I don't think it'll be close. I think it'll be probably ugly. Now Auburn has. I mean, Florida State has a great defense, but I don't know. I think Georgia's a really good team.
Georgia is going to show Florida State why they did not belong in the playoff.
There you go.
We're all banking on that. But
No way.
what
You
if
can't
Florida
do this.
State? No, I'm not picking Florida State. But what if they do beat Georgia? Then they get to beat their chest and say, "We were right. We told you." And then they're going to be doing like UCF did years ago. They're going to be like making their own trophies and hanging their own banners. And
We've already filed a lawsuit today.
yeah, Georgia needs to handle business, is all I'm saying. If they don't, remember a few years ago, it was on Auburn to handle business against UCF. And what did Auburn do? They shit the bed, and then UCF's out there claiming natties and shit. So,
well, but Auburn wasn't a back-to-back national champion at that time.
right.
Just to be fair, but
Right. They were you know,
I
they were
see what
doing
you're
it 'cause-
saying, though. Yes.
but they were doing it because they were saying we beat the team that beat 2 number 1 teams at the end of the year. You know, they were doing that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Georgia just needs to. Don't we agree? They just need to go out there and do their thing and handle business and go ahead and shut Florida State up.
I think Megan hit the nail on the head there pretty much.
Yeah. All the pressure's on Georgia so far. Like they may not be in the playoffs, but a lot of eyeballs are going to be on that game for a lot of different reasons. Georgia's
Oh, definitely, yeah.
the pressure's going to be there.
This makes no fucking sense. We've had all these great. We went through nearly 3 weeks of shit bowl games. Like it felt like.
Oh
And we're
God.
finally into these great matchups, you know, and then they give us this on this, like, they give us this 30 minutes after the Orange Bowl kicks off. We get the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl between the 8-4 Wyoming Cowboys and the 11-2 Toledo Rockets. Holy shit.
I know which way Hoss is going.
Oh, I'm going that way too. Give me the Maction Toledo Rockets.
Toledo, yes.
Aren't they the champs of that conference?
Sounds good enough.
I'm not sure about that.
Well, they've played a 13th game, so I know they played for the MAC championship.
They lost to Miami of Ohio. So.
Okay, well, okay.
But,
second best team in the MAC.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Who you going with, Rangers?
The spokesman of the MAC conference has won me over. I'm taking MAC every time.
All right. Well, we got to wait. That was the 30th, so on the 31st is obviously a Sunday, and that's NFL's day, so no bowl games on the 31st. But we wake up on New Year's Day. In the first game, 11 o'clock Central Time, we got the ReliaQuest Bowl between the 13th ranked LSU Tigers at 9-3 and the 7-5 Wisconsin Badgers. Now, this is a terrible matchup for Wisconsin.
That's awful.
I mean, yeah.
How in the fuck did Wisconsin get a New Year's Day bowl? Oh my God. I thought they were terrible.
They are.
That's 7-5, but
yeah.
Jesus.
Anyway, 13th ranked LSU. It's going to be kind of like, wasn't it last year they played Purdue and hung like 70 on them or something? It's going to be kind of like that again. Like LSU is going to absolutely just stomp a mud hole in this Wisconsin team.
Yeah, Crimson Braves saying Wisconsin were upset. I don't know about that, but I'm going with LSU.
Wisconsin's usually pretty okay against SEC teams and bowl games. It seems, at least that's how I feel, because they beat our ass about 5 times. It seems like, but this ain't that Wisconsin team. Not that I think LSU. LSU didn't LSU have the number 1 offense in the country, or for sure the league. Either way, too much offense for Wisconsin.
When they got the Heisman Trophy winning.
They have the Heisman Trophy winner, that's for sure.
Yeah. That's all LSU is. They're like a jacked up Ole Miss to me.
Yeah. Well, kicking off an hour later, we've got the Verbo Fiesta Bowl between the 8th ranked Oregon Ducks at 11-2 against the undefeated 13-0 23rd ranked Liberty Flames.
Is Tennessee playing in a bowl game this year?
Yeah, it's coming. Just hold on.
You don't have Tennessee
it's coming up.
Carter's done put Tennessee in the fucking playoffs.
No,
we're running out of bowl games here.
Hey, look here, pal. I'm going in order. It's different.
Jesus.
Look at here. See that? They're coming right after this game.
Okay. Oh, that's a terrible matchup too.
Okay, Oregon is Hoss. I don't know where you're going with this.
Go ahead. It's okay. Go ahead.
But I'm going to pick Oregon.
Yeah.
just think they're.
I get it. I
I don't
mean,
get the whole Liberty. I mean, I get they're undefeated. I get it.
or Oregon, they have definitely been impressive this season.
93% of people picked Oregon. I'm just saying.
Bo Nix made it to New York. He was in the talk for the Heisman. But this Liberty team, man,
Do it.
this is their chance. This is their chance to show everybody they are legit. And I don't care if it's a close, just a close win right at the last second. I think they can pull it off, and they're gonna do it in this game.
Like I told you, the odds. I'm telling. I mean, dude, they're catching 17 points. If I was you, I would put $50 on that game if you're that confident, Hoss, just on the money line. And if you
Well,
hit it, you'll win like
yeah, I may need some
$300.
assistance from you, but I might be willing to do that
I'm telling you,
because
dude.
I've never wagered on anything.
Carter.
Yep.
Now, if they get beat handily, I'll come on here and I'll admit I was wrong about it. But
I'm gonna take the chance with Hoss.
really,
I'm gonna roll the dice with Hoss.
Whoa!
Oregon is a fraud. Guess what? I preach this all the time when the cameras ain't rolling. Oregon will do the same shit next year. They'll have one of the highest flying offenses in the country. And when they play in games that really fucking matter, they're going to choke. Just like they did this year. And for the last 25 years, odds are, yes, they will. They should beat Liberty, but I don't know. Maybe they're let down because, they didn't make it to the big dance. And that's what I'm hoping for. Give me the Liberty fighting.
The Liberty Flames.
they are the Flames.
Yep.
This is
Give
where
me
we're
Liberty
at.
and give me
This is
a
where we're at right now, Crane.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Then you need to, y'all both should put a little money on that if y'all feel that confident.
Well, yeah.
Like I said, the odds, I mean, this is the most, this game is the highest, spread I've seen, 17.5 points. And in any of these bowl games, there's not one that's that high, this year. So, I mean, well, the LSU one, LSU's favored by, now, what's crazy, I said all that, and I looked at the picks. 95% of people picked LSU to beat Wisconsin. Well, 93% of people picked Oregon. So Liberty's getting a little bit of love, but see, LSU's favored by 15 over Wisconsin. So they're both those games. People, Vegas thinks it's going to get out of hand, but still, okay. Same time as the Fiesta Bowl at 12 o'clock Central. You got the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. The 21st ranked Tennessee Volunteers taking on the 17th ranked Iowa Hawkeyes. 72% of people have picked Tennessee. We've got a lot of people that have opted out. We're going to be busting out a new quarterback. The only good thing for Tennessee is that Iowa's offense. It's hard to believe that they. I don't know how they've won 10 games with this. I guess their defense is really good. This team averages 13 points a game. Their quarterback has thrown more picks than he has touchdowns. Their best running back doesn't even have 600 yards rushing. I don't understand it.
He hasn't given us a breakdown on a single game tonight. He's about to tell us everything that's bad about Iowa.
But the problem with Tennessee is they've got a lot of players off now. So I don't know. I guess I'll pick my team. Go ahead, boss.
I'm going to go with Tennessee in this game.
Yeah. I don't. This is kind of a pressure game. Like, we need Tennessee to, if you're a conference guy, you pull for all the SEC. We kind of need Tennessee to. I could see Iowa's defense maybe causing havoc. But Tennessee needs to handle this shit. Get it done, Carter. We need the fighting Carters to do it.
Yep.
Don't lose this to Iowa and make us look stupid.
Well, I can't guarantee anything because I'm telling you, I'm kind of questioning it myself. But anyway, the moment that I think everyone's been waiting for, we are now into the playoffs.
Thank God.
We have the Rose Bowl game presented by Prudential.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, 13-0 Michigan Wolverines against the number 4 ranked Alabama Crimson Tide, 12-1. Now the spread has Michigan favored by 1 point,
Which
but
blows me away.
yeah, me too. 51% of people have picked Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Um, here's all I needed to see. This is why this is to me. This is why it's so easy to make this pick. Like I don't have to think about it. I don't have to really look at any details or any stats, or I don't have to look any of that. When Alabama got picked into the playoff, the reaction in Ann Arbor that the Michigan you see when they were filming the Michigan team, coaches and players, and the reaction that all those Michigan players on their faces told me this game was already fucking over because they looked like I mean, they just got the number that just about 10 minutes before that, they were jumping around, throwing shit in the air, and
Oh yeah.
That's
hugging,
back when they thought
kissing.
they was about to get a wounded duck, Florida State, ain't it?
Yeah. They were high on the hog because they were the number 1 team. They were Big Ten champs for the 3rd year in a row. I mean, everything is perfect in Ann Arbor. Smiling, hugging, kissing, everything, and then that fourth pick comes in, and it looked like their brothers, like I don't know, they just lost a parent or something. I mean, it was like long faces, and they were like, "Oh fuck!" So that told me right then and there, this game's already over.
So you're taking Michigan, right, Carter?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, just off that, the game was already over in my book. Michigan done accepted defeat. Though you would have think they'd have been like, okay, like it'd have been kind of probably bullshit, but they should have been like, all right, cool, yeah, we want Bama, let's go, we'll take them, But no, they were like, they look like a bunch of pussies. Like, oh no, fuck that. This game's already over.
I mean, Bama's had a lot of detractors this season after that loss to Texas, and now we got Florida State trying to sue people because of us getting in over them. That's just adding fuel to the fire, in my opinion. And I think we're going to come out in this game, and it's going to be a big Bama win, I think. So there you go.
Yeah. I don't see Michigan. I was blown away at the line. First of all, I could not believe. Vegas is good, so they know something, right, Carter?
Yeah.
They're really good at these lines, and when you see a line like that where the favorite, where what you think is the favorite isn't the favorite, it kind of makes you wonder just what the hell's going on here. I thought for sure when they proposed that to me, what do you think that line is? I just figured automatically Alabama was,
Yeah.
4 to 6 point favorite at the least.
Yeah.
So that kind of scares me a little bit because they are right way more often than they're wrong. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm gonna go against Vegas and go with the Tide. I don't see Michigan. Their
No.
old archaic asses are gonna get ate alive.
Okay. Hmm. Well, there's one more game on that
Mm-hmm.
day, and that's at 7:45 at night. And No offense to Alabama or Michigan, but this game to me seems a little bit more interesting than that one. I just don't think that one's going to.
Yeah.
I don't even see it being close. I hate to say that, but I just think it's going to be a normal Alabama, beating a Big Ten team kind of thing. I don't know. And, but this game, the All-State Sugar Bowl, uh, the second-ranked Washington Huskies, 13-0 against the third-ranked Texas Longhorns, 12-1. 55% of people have picked Texas. The guys, I'm picking Washington. I feel like they've got a chip on their shoulder all year long. Washington people have picked against them week after week when they played USC, when they played, especially when they played Oregon the first time. Like Washington have a snowball's chance in hell, and Washington did. They beat Oregon, and they had to play him again, and there was no way possible that this Washington team was going to be able to beat Oregon again. No way.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon was favored by 11 fucking points, and Washington was whooping that ass. Now, Oregon did come back and make it interesting, but still, Washington beat them again. So Washington has, every time people think that there's no way, Washington proves them wrong. I feel like the person that deserved the Heisman is, quarterback at Washington right now. That's who I think should have won the Heisman. And, I hope that motivates Washington to beat Texas. And I think Washington wins.
I'm going with Texas in this one.
That's fine.
And now, some that try to say that things are rigged would maybe even say, like, maybe the playoff committee was trying to set up for this rematch of the teams who faced each other earlier in the year.
Yeah.
We'll see if that comes to fruition or not. But to me, down the stretch, Texas seemed to be the stronger playing team as far as their regular season play went. So that's why I'm picking them.
Fair enough.
Yep, this one's set up to be a classic. This will be like your 41-37 type game here. Oh, man. You know what I've been against? I feel bad. Now I'm going to reverse jinx myself because I've been picking against Washington every week since they beat Oregon the first time because they were struggling. They was riding that struggle bus hard, but they kept squeaking them out and proving me wrong. Well, now I'm going to jump on Washington, and now this is going to be the week they lose. This will be the game they lose. So I'm picking Washington, but I'm fully expecting Texas to win.
Okay.
How about that for a brain twister, Carter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll, instead of picking who we think is going to win the cheese tonight, I think we need to hold off.
Yeah, we got some.
Save that until it gets, when we know, hey. But we, like I said earlier, we got college basketball show coming. Cover 4's not over yet anyway. We still got bowl games to go over and everything. So we'll definitely be live next week to review the first Saturday of bowl games.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, it's, I love bowl season. It's always fun. So hopefully it'll be another.
I think you said it's better than March Madness.
Ooh, I don't know about that, but
no, it's not. It's not even close.
No. Yeah, March Madness is amazing.
I don't know what's better than March Madness, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
The first 2 nights of March Madness.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah. It was a good show. I hate Trenches wasn't here. So he couldn't cover on.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Megan Crimson Brave, for being here with us.
Yeah, thank you guys. Can always count on you guys.
Cover out, I guess.
I thought Trenches was here.
Oh, really?
He's hiding in the shadows.
Lost in the shadows.
He said about as much tonight as he normally does. So.
Oh.
Oh no!
Mm. Pow pow, motherfucker.
Shots definitely fired there.
Did that game ever end? Like, holy shit! Like, I felt like my eyes were playing tricks with me, but the fucking Oakland Raiders tonight, guys, they beat the Chargers 63-21. That shit don't happen in the
wow.
NFL very often.
Yeah.
God almighty, 63
Didn't the Dolphins
points.
score 70 or something on somebody
It
early
was
in the year?
something like that, yeah. Good God, man. Jesus. God, and they're both terrible teams. They're both like 5-8 or something. Well, now the Chargers are 5-9, but Jesus. Both had losing records, and I don't even know how they did it. Like, Las Vegas's quarterback only threw for 248 yards. Whatever. Anyway, that's NFL. So
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna end it on that, and I don't know what else to really. What? Oh, Four Horsemen.
Oh.
Four.
Oh my God.
Yeah. See you.
Bye.